Hi guys, welcome back on Brutus, and today let's get you guys up to speed. So first thing I did was got the mud flaps put on here. So we drilled out holes across the front side, and then we got it bolted in, sandwiched in between quarter-inch aluminum on the front and back side. On the inside right there you can see, and then they are on lock washers. Then we went down to New Mexico Metals. All right guys, just picked up the sheet metal for the deck, and we're at New Mexico Metals down in Albuquerque. So I always get my sheet metal from these guys, tubing, square tube, whatever. So let's get it welded onto a deck. So we have diamond plate for the base, and then I have flat plate for the front side right in here. And this front side, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut it out to that Tetris shape, and then use the existing holes to bolt it in. So first thing I gotta do, get this off here, get it up on the sawhorses, and then we'll paint the backside with primer sprayed with a thin coat of black. All right, got the compressor out here, power. We're gonna go ahead and sand all this. Not too bad, so we don't have to take off all the rust. Well, we're gonna take off all the rust, but it's like the plates aren't all rusty. So it should be pretty quick. And then all this is just very surface level. So we'll take it off real quick, and then we'll move on to spray painting that. So we're gonna spray it. We're gonna use this primer surfacer, and then hit the bottom with the lacquer. Now that all three of these are sanded down and braided and we got good cross hatch on there for adhesion, we're gonna go ahead and blow them off and then wipe them all down with alcohol, and then go ahead and start spraying our primer. All right, as you guys can see, It's all coated, and that's going to be good and sealed. So we'll toss those on there. We got the one sheet that is the widest one is going back here 47 inches to right here, and then the other two sheets are lengthwise going forward right here. It's the next day. How about that rocket launch, huh? All right. So we're gonna go ahead and mark it up on here where we need to drill our holes. And then over on the bed, on the bed frame, we're gonna mark up where all of our frame rails are. So then we can take and mark it up on the sheets when we put them in place. Make sure everything fits good before we start drilling and welding. So back one over here, we're actually going to drill it through and use 3/8 bolts to cinch it down to the top of this frame. That way we get a transition from up here to down here, which is about 3/4 of an inch drop. So this beam, the big one, that's our first point. So that's going to be 47 inches from here to center. And that gives us our first sheet over here. Then from here is those two going forward. So we need to measure in. Okay. We gotta work on sides. We haven't marked that on the sides, so all we got to do is measure back to the halfway point from where our sheet metal is going to be starting. So we got 9, let's call it 9 3/16. Last thing before we go up there, we're going to go ahead and notch for the welds along the side. So here, and then on the front side as well. So here, and up here. All right, so we're gonna toss on the back sheet first, then gotta clamp it down, weld it to the tops right here, and then we'll do a front 2 sheets. All right, I turned the recording off on you guys, but we took this on here, had to grind a little bit more right here for clearance, got it in place, and then we bolted down the midsection and then welded through all the holes we made earlier. So now it's pushed down and we got a transition from front to back. So now we're gonna go ahead and toss on the other 2 plates up here. This back one is mostly tacked in. Got all the through welds except for the 2 where we have bolts. And then I have the edge done over here. I still need to do that side. But we're gonna wrap it up for today. Sun's going down. And yeah. All right guys, so I'm gonna move the truck to the front, and that way we get better power because I need the 20 amp to get all these welds done. Otherwise I'm gonna keep popping this outside breaker. So backside's done. Need to do, I'm gonna do one side of this, just like this backside, and then we'll trim down the outside panel so it fits nice and snug. And then we'll do the forward panel down at the bottom and then start painting the top panel there. But we need to get all this wire wheeled and then painted. It's supposed to rain later this week and I want to keep the rust off of it. And of course I put all the tools in here. That's right. Just driving around to the front anyways. Gonna let her warm up and then we'll drive it around. Now that we have this in the front, gotta shave this piece down and then weld it in. So this side's all done. So we're gonna take butt that side on that side, on the outside, and the back edge, and then mark it up where we need to trim along the inside edge. Set it on a 2x4 and then just zip it down. All right, we got a nice fit. Gonna go ahead and start tacking it down just like we did the other piece. So start with that edge and work our way down. All right, we got this one tacked in. So all we got to do is this forward strip right here, and then we need to cut the backer right here. So this should be pre-cut and good, but we'll see. It's all welded up. We're gonna roll it back into the backyard, put it over the sand, so that way if anything drips with the paint, it doesn't get on like the pavement or anything. So let's go do that, and then we'll paint this entire base with primer. I'm just gonna roll it on, and then we'll hit it with the paint after that. This is cured for a few days. It is completely good now. It did storm. It's got a bunch of snow, but it's all melted off. I don't see any rust spots, so did a good job on sealing it. We're gonna go ahead, scuff all this down, and then paint it black. And there it is, all painted, steel deck. So I think we're pretty close on all the musts. We still got to do the front plate, but I gotta cut that down. That's a next weekend thing. It's just going to be cutting out the little top portion so we can make like a Tetris block. And then while we got this going on, that came in. So we'll talk more about this next time.